fellow artists. We're starting our second visit now for our leaf painting. We talked about how to make orange, how to make green. Now we're going to actually use those skills. If you take a look, I have my watercolor paints, I have a brush, I have a little bit of water, I have a protected surface. You just never know. I brought a pencil, an eraser, and then I still have my leaves from last time. So what we're going to do today is we are going to paint. I started out with my nice drawing, and there we are. Now remember, the two colors that I want you to concentrate on are orange and green. I don't want you to use them straight out of your container. I know they're available. I would really like you to mix them up here first and then apply. Don't want you to use just the plain orange. If you do that, my friends, where's the fun in mixing the paints? So with orange, how do we get that again? Orange. Red and yellow, that makes orange, that makes orange. So, red plus yellow. Yay! Then we need green. Oh, boys and girls, you gotta help me remember. How do we make green? How do we make green? Blue and yellow, that makes green, that makes green, that makes green. Blue and yellow, that makes green. Yay! All right, so now I remember. Let's go ahead and dip in the water. Dip, touch, and red. Really, the best way to do this is to get the yellow going first. Oh my goodness, you need so much more yellow than you need anything else. Now this first one, I think I'm going to do a very, very yellow orange. I think I'm going to make this one similar to its color. Okay, let's see what can happen. Dip, touch, brush, brush, round and round we go. Lots and lots and lots of paint. We need a ton of paint. Can never mix up too much. So there's my yellow. Oh, and touch my red. We barely need any red at all. Ooh, slurp that up. Wow! Oh my goodness! I think that's about right. Then I apply it. Ooh, that's a yellowy brown. Well, that works for me. I'm okay with that, because it's very similar to what's there. If I wanted it a little more yellow, use a little more yellow. Oh, let's change the color as I go from side to side. Oh, look at that. And I get to change that. So if you don't mix up quite enough, it kind of blends on in. Now we're going up to this direction. Oh, let's get this next one. Dip, touch. Let's start with some yellow. And then just a smidgen. Oh, let's get that out of the way. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it better. Well, that worked out pretty well. I like that. And it goes pretty quick. Remember, we always dip, touch, brush, brush, wiggle, squiggle. And wiggle, squiggle. There we go. All done. I'm done with those two. I like making my two match. Completely up to you. Clean out my brush. Tickle, wickle, woo. Wipe the side. Remember, it's watercolor paint, so I shouldn't see any five-finger octopus. Now, wonder what's going to happen if I use a lot of red and just a smidge of yellow. I would get almost all red. Let's see. Let's mix it up in there. Whoa! Maybe I want to walk on the wild side and I'll just use it straight up. What do you think? Whoa, I love that. Oh, I like that. I'm leaving that one alone. Then on this one, I'm going to add a little more of the yellow. Because, you know, we're supposed to be mixing colors. There we go. And then just put a little yellow in there because I'm so excited about that color. There we go. So we have 3 different reds. We have red all by itself. We have a red orange and we have another reddish one. I guess I'm supposed to be using more paint. Let's see. There we go. Oh, that one's a little oranger. Yeah. I was so excited though. All right. Dip touch. Let's get a little more red in there. I want one really, 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 really red. With just a smidge of orange. All right, let's see what happens. Just fill that in. All right. Well, there we go. Now you'll notice that I have all of my leaves. They're all in the foreground, and then I have this swooping color in the background. I think I'm probably going to make this green and this a yellow green and that a yellow green. I don't know. Maybe I should go green, yellow, green, green. Or maybe I'll make them all different. We'll just kind of see what happens. Let's clean out my brush. I suppose we should be trying to make a true orange. I give in. All right. So we need an absolute ton of yellow. Absolute ton. Round and round and round and round we go. Oh yeah, there we are. Now that's still a yellow orange. Let's flip in some more. It seems to be getting brown. I must have another color. Loop it on in there. No. We do more red. Ooh, that orange is kind of elusive, isn't it? I don't know if you can see the difference on the camera, but there's a big difference there. And if you just work at getting it, that works out. Now, in some of my areas, I'm going to leave it a little more transparent than others. Let's get a bunch of yellow in there. It's not a perfect orange, but I think I like it. There we are. There, so we have a couple different ones. We have a yellow orange, we have a truer orange, and then we have some red orange. Now let's kind of put that on in there. Oh, yep, now I can call that red orange. All righty. Now for the background. Gotta clean this brush out really, really well today. If I don't clean it out really, really well today, I'm going to make brown because all 3 primary colors make a very big brown. So we're going to go ahead and take some yellow and I'm going to go into another area here. Round and round and round. And I'm going to go right there. That's a very, very bright yellow. And I only need a little smidge. Barely touch it. No, probably a little more than that. Ooh, there's my yellow green. Yep, there it is. So, you know what? I think I'm going to use my yellow green here. There we are. Now, with watercolors, we kind of want to cover the whole paper. So I'm just gonna work and let you watch. And then that way I can speed up the film for you. That way you're not watching me work. We're getting the idea, right? We have a ton of yellow. Round and round and round and round and round. Notice I'm not digging or scooping. I am getting it nice and juicy. Filling that up. And then I get a little bit of the blue. Well, that made it a little darker this time. That's okay. I can blend that on in. There we go. And so I'm putting this all in the background behind my leaves. Now this time I need a much greener or bluer green. So I'm going to use a ton of blue in comparison. So it's going to take me a lot longer to get this part more of a green, and this is a nice green blue. So if I want it greener, I'm going to have to add yellow. And that's a fine line between the two. But I like the variation that I get. Now what I'm doing is I'm also adding texture in the background. It just kind of happens, but I do try and go in one general direction when I'm painting. And then because of the overlaps of the color, you do get some texture. I'm going to go a little bluer on that edge again. I really like how that looked. And so I'm fading my green back to a blue green. All right, boys and girls, when you are about finished with your painting, it'll take just a moment or two to dry, and then we're going to do the next step, which will be applying oil pastel or crayons on top. Now with this one, I highly suggest that you have an extra piece of paper that you can kind of doodle on and make sure that these are the colors you want. For instance, oh, that's kind of bright. Maybe I want this one. Oh, I think that'll work well. We could try it. And with this, I'm going to put my veins on for my leaves. Oh, I kind of like that one. That works for me on this one. All right. Don't get carried away too much. But a few veins will look very nice. There we go. So that adds a lot of texture to that I can really appreciate. Now I can go really dark orange, but let's see what else we have. Oh my goodness, we have so many to choose from in that box. And I don't think that's going to work. It's a very subtle change, but yeah, I don't think, yeah. Let's see. Let's go for another one. Ooh, that's way too orange. Although, it's a contender. Kind of like that pinky one. red, violet red. Yeah, I think that's going to look really nice on these. And this one, I'm just going to take a couple of swipes. Yeah, I can go over the black if I missed any spots on the edge of my leaf. There we go. But it doesn't work out too well. Make sure you know which way your leaf is going, or decide that you want it to go, so that the veins make sense. All right, so far so good. I guess I could go back to that one with that, but there's so many to choose from, friends. So many to choose from. Ooh, I bet that one's gonna work. Oh yeah. Now when you do this, most of the time your veins match up just like that, become a little bit symmetrical. This adds a little detail for the things that are closest to you, which in this case, in the foreground, would be our leaves. And then behind that is the background. And I could try that. That just seems a little dark. How about this one? We'll see. Yeah. Probably should have gone a little darker with the yellow. I don't know that I see one that I like. How about this one? Oh, no. I don't care for that one. Let's go back. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Oh, I like this pinky one. Let's try that. Yep. That works for me. And then this one goes out this way. There we go. So I like that. Now, I really liked the blue for contrast. So I'm going to look for a blue-green, maybe not something quite this bright. Although, I kind of like that one. That's just me, but no, ew, that's too gray. Now let's go for this one. Ooh, I like that one. That's probably better than the other one. It seems like it's a little too sweet on the sweet side. Here, let's go ahead and do a little one. Ooh, I like that. That works for me. I'm kind of glad I didn't go over that with the black marker. That makes it a little more subtle in the background. Notice, boys and girls, I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing. I'm not just grabbing the first crayon and deciding, oh, there it is, or just taking a crayon that doesn't make any sense. This is a little brighter than the background, which actually makes that line stand out a little more. And I have to say, I think I like it a little thicker. That way it just helps neaten it up. So look, see what I'm saying? Well, we don't want to see that, so one way to disguise that, my friends, is to put crayon on it. There you go. All right. I would say that's done. I like it. We talked about how to make orange. We talked about how to make different kinds of greens. We also talked about foreground and background. Foreground is when something is in the front, like our leaves. And our background is a nice green. Nice variation of greens. We have some regular green, we have some blue green, we have some yellow green, and we have a nice diagonal composition going on. Yay! Thank you, boys and girls. We will talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.